but I want to take a minute here to mention Alex Smith. Alex Smith officially announced that he was retiring, and I got a pretty straightforward thing that I think the NFL should do to honor what I think is the greatest comeback in the history of the NFL. If you have watched Alex Smith and what happened to him on the football field and how horribly injured he was, if you have watched him be able to come back from that injury and play again last season, and you were able to do that and you weren't blown away, I would just say that you need to go back and look one more time at all of the things that Alex Smith had to go through. I mean, they were talking about potentially having to amputate his leg, the number of surgeries that he had, the amount of work that he had to undertake in order to be able to return to the football field. This, to me, is the greatest comeback story in the history of the NFL. And they have a Comeback Player of the Year award that they give every year at the NFL Honors at the end of the season. I think that this award should be renamed in honor of Alex Smith. I think it should be the Alex Smith Comeback Player of the Year award. And just like we have the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, they decided to name the Man of the Year award after Walter Payton, who was one of the all-time great off the field, also obviously on the field, but one of the great all-time off-the-field guys in the history of the NFL. I think they should honor Alex Smith by naming the Comeback Player of the Year award after him because of what he has been able to do and because of what he means overall to the NFL. And because his story is just so compelling, I think that would be the perfect way to honor Alex Smith's comeback. Maybe it's possible down the line somebody is going to have a comeback from a more devastating injury than what Alex Smith just did, but it's almost impossible to foresee. And for him, I feel like on some level, Alex Smith proving to himself that he could come back and play in the NFL, even though he now is retiring, proving it to himself and playing at times at a fairly high level. I mean, starting quarterback in the NFL, if you were watching and it didn't get a little dusty when you saw Alex Smith come in for the Washington football team and when you saw his family sitting there in the crowd and when they celebrated his return to the field, and if even as you were watching it, you weren't feeling a little bit nervous about him taking a hit, I don't know that you have a soul as a sports fan. And so to me, a move that the NFL could make that I think would be fabulous and I think would be great and I think would be a tremendous honor to what Alex Smith did, I think they should rename the Comeback Player of the Year award after him. I really do. I think it would be well received. I think players across the league would be excited about the honor, and I think it would be a compelling and justified act to undertake in honor of Alex Smith.